Hi, welcome to the part 1 of building screen section. This is a wireframe of screen section. You can see there is a heading, and after heading there is a paragraph, and after that we have multiple screens with a slider. This will be the final version after adding the HTML markup and CSS. For this section we will be adding some external slider jQuery library. So we will leave some part of this jQuery slider in this lecture and in the coming lecture, and we will be adding this feature in the next section of adding jQuery cool effects. So let us get started with the screen section. I will start adding the markup for the screen section. I will add section with class of screens, and inside that I will add a class of container, and inside that I will add a class of row, and inside that we need a class with 10 columns, so we can center align it with offset column MD offset -1, and inside that I need to add div with class of journal, class of section title, and inside that I will add h2 with screens and with some paragraph. Let me add the dummy content from the dummy file. Copy it from here and paste it here. Let us see the result in the browser. Okay, we have screens and with a title after that, with some paragraph after that. Okay, moving forward, let us add the screens after that. I will add the slider HTML markup outside the container because we will be using some responsive slider of jQuery library in the coming section. It will be screen slider, and inside that let us say a class of carousel, and inside that I need to add div class of item, and inside that I will add image, images like screen1, images like screen1. Let us give it some width and height for time being. Width of 60 and height of 60, and alt will be screen. Let me copy it for some other items, for item 2, item 3, item 4, and the corresponding images will be 2, 3 and 4. Okay, it looks fine. Now we have 4 images we have a screen slider with carousel item 1, 2, 3 and 4. We will leave it as it is. We are not going to add the CSS at this stage because I am going to add a slider effect, and which I will add in the jQuery section in the coming section, in which I will add the jQuery effects to all of this page. So I will cover this part in the next section. Thanks. Welcome to the part 1 of building counter section. On the counter section we have a background image, and on the background image we have some counters with icons like for downloads, awards, recommended and likes. So this is a wireframe of the counter section, and this will be the final version of counter section. So let us get started with the counter section. I'll start adding the HTML markup for the counter section, and it will be right after the screens. I will add a section of with class counter, and inside that we need an overlay like we added for the other section, and it will be a counter overlay. Inside that I need a class of container, and I need to add a div with class of row and also with text center. And inside that we have to divide the row into 4 equal columns, which will be div class of col md3, and inside that I will add a div with class of counter item. Let us add icon for the counters like div I with class of font awesome with font awesome of cloud, download with closing tag, h2 with span, and inside the span let us say the class is counter number with number of 1588, and after that I think we need to add another span for plus sign like this, and after that I need to add a paragraph with downloads. So we have a counter item, inside that we have an icon and we have a counter value and we have a paragraph for that. Let me copy it for the other 3 parts like 3 columns plus 3 columns again, and the second one will be gift. Let us say gift, and the title for that will be awards, the paragraph, and it should be 355. Let me paste it for the third, and it should be heart for likes, heart dash o, and 199 and it should be likes, and the fourth column would be for font awesome check, and it should be 1066 with recommended. Let us see the result in the browser. Okay, we have the font awesome icons with count value and with paragraphs. So this is the HTML markup for the counter section. In the next video I will be adding CSS to the counter section. See you there. Welcome to the part 2 of building counter section. In this video I will be adding CSS to the counter section. So let us start adding CSS to the counter section. Okay, this is HTML markup we wrote in the previous video, and this is the result of counter section. Let us add CSS and background image to the counter section. Okay, we have a counter class for the main section. We'll copy it with background image URL. The image is counter-bg.jpg, and it should not repeat itself. And background attachment should be fixed. It should not be scrolling, and background size should be core. And let me add the prefix versions like Moz for Mozilla and O for Opera and WebKit for Safari and Chrome. And let us add the background position to 50% and 50%. It will make sure the background image at some certain point. Let us see the result. I will refresh it. Okay, now we have the background image. I think we need some padding. Let us add this padding through the overlay. We have an overlay class, and we can add it through the overlay with padding top of 120 pixel, padding bottom of 120 pixel, and with background of RGBA. Let us say 0 0 0, and the transparency should be 0.4. Let us see the result of this. Okay, we have an overlay, counter overlay with padding top 120 and padding bottom 120 pixel, and with the overlay background color of RGB is 000 and 0.4. I think it looks fine. We can also add this padding to the counter element. Let us keep it with a counter overlay. Moving forward, let us add CSS to the counter item I element for the icons. Counter item I. The color for icons should be 129F. I think it is CF3 with font size of 16 pixel. Okay, now we have got the desired icon color. Moving forward, we need to add CSS to the heading now. H2 with color of D7 DA, D7 DA and DB, and the font weight for this should be, let us say 700, and the text transform should be uppercase, and the font size would be 35 pixel. Let us add some margin top of 15 pixel and margin bottom of 1 pixel. Let us see the result. Looks better. I think we need to add the font style, font family. Font family for this should be Source Sans Pro, and if it is not available, then Sans Serif will be applied. This is a Google font we added in the header section of HTML. I think here it is, Source Sans Pro. Let us see the result in the browser. Okay, now it looks much better. Okay, looks fine. Moving forward, we have a paragraph with counter item P. Color should be D7 DA DB, and the font size for that should be 20 pixel with margin top 0 pixel, and font weight should be 300, and text transform should be uppercase, and the font family, let us add the same font family so we can be consistent throughout the section. Okay, everything looks fine. For these counters, I will be adding some custom JavaScript, which I will add in the coming section of adding effects by jQuery and JavaScript. So this part will be covered in the coming section. I think everything looks fine. The counter section looks fine. There is a background image with a fixed, and it is positioned properly, and the icons are on place. Okay, that's it for the counter section. In the next lecture I will be moving forward. See you there. Hi, welcome back. This is the part 1 of building download now section. This is the wireframe of download now section. It is a big heading on the top, and after that it has a paragraph of text, and after that it has an image of some iPhone or iPad, and after that we have a section for available now, and on the right side we have available now with some heading and text paragraph, and on the right side we have icons for iOS, Android and Windows. So this is just a markup, and this will be the final version of download now section. Let us get started with the download now section. I'll start writing the HTML markup for the download now section. I will add a section with class download now, and inside that I need a div with class of bootstrap container, and inside that I need a row of bootstrap, and this row we will occupy only the 10 columns. So we can center align the heading and the paragraph with column MD of set of 1, and inside that we will add the journal heading class, which is section title h2 with download now, and inside that I need to add some dummy content. I will copy it from here and paste it here. Let us see the result of this in a browser. I'll refresh it. So we have now download now section with the paragraph under it. Let us add the image of download now after that, and for that I need to add a new container. Inside that I need to add a class of row, and this image will occupy the 8 columns with 2 column offset. Div class with column MD -8 and with call MD offset of 2. We'll add 2 offset columns. 8 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2 will become 12, and inside that image of source images slash download that screen image with alternate text download screen. Let us see the result in a browser. I'll refresh it. Okay, let me show you the bootstrap columns. You can see this is a column of with 2 offsets. Looks fine. Moving forward. Okay, after that I will add a new section for available on, and this will be with class available on, class of container class of row, and we'll divide this row into further column. On left side it will occupy 6 columns, and on the right side it will also occupy 6 columns. Inside the 6 column on the left side there is a class with inside that I will add a heading of available now. Okay, and inside that I need to add some dummy content. Looks fine. Let us add div for the right side column with class of column md6. Let us nest the columns. You can also use a nested rows and columns. For example, I can add a class of row inside the column, and let us add href pointing to nothing at this stage, and inside that let us add a div class of column 4 with no padding class. This is the bootstrap class which will apply no padding, and inside that I need to add a div with class available on item, available on item. And inside that I will add class of font awesome, like font awesome for the Apple iOS, and after that I need to add a div, another div available on. This will act like an inner div. Inside that we need to add the h2 heading like iOS. So this is the nested columns and rows. We can use the nested columns and rows in a bootstrap framework. Okay, let me copy this anchor tag for the rest of 2 elements, and this time it should be Android, and it should be Android. And the third will be Windows, font awesome Windows. Let us see the result in the browser. Okay, we have the icons from the font awesome, and on the left side we have the available now heading and the text under that. I think it looks fine at this stage. The background image for the counter is also looking good, and in the next video I will be adding CSS to the download now section so we can fix few things on this stage. See you in next video. Welcome to the part 2 of building download now section. In this video I will be adding CSS to the download now section. So let us get started. So this is a result of download now. We have not yet added the CSS for this section. Let us add CSS for the download now section. Download now. I think we need to fix the image size. The image size is not correct. And available now, download now. I think it is download now, and inside the download now we have the image. Okay, inside this main section we have image tag. We have only one image tag, so we can access or target it like that. And the width for this should be 100%. Now it looks fine. Okay, moving towards the available now section. Okay, available on. I will copy it. Let us add the background color to 1A, 1A, 1A. Margin top of -8 pixel and position to relative. Let me check in the developer tool. I think I can remove this margin top of -8 pixel, but it is a good to add some minus margin, so it will take it little bit up and there will be no space between this image and this available on section, so it looks fine, I think. Okay, moving forward, we have a title, available title. Let us add CSS to this. The padding top should be to the available title 75 pixel. Okay. Now there is a padding at the top of 75 pixels for available title, and let us add h2 CSS for the available title. The color for that should be white and font size for that should be 30 pixel. And let us add CSS to the p element inside p title. The color for that should be B5, B5, B5. And I think we added a no padding. Okay, we'll see it later. Let me save it. Okay, now looks fine. This section looks fine, I think. Okay, moving towards the iOS, Android and Windows section. I added a no padding class. I think it should take the no padding class. Okay, I was wrong. There is no no padding class in the Bootstrap. We need to add it in the style.css. I will copy it from here and paste it here. Let's mean padding left 0 and padding right 0. It will remove the default Bootstrap padding from the call md-4. Okay, after that we have available on item. Let us add CSS to this class. The text alignment should be center and okay, let us add some border left to these icons of 1 pixel solid with 0f1217 and minimum height should be, let us say 230 pixel, and padding bottom should be 15 pixel, and let us make it position relative, and we also need a hover state for this available on item, available on item hover state. The background color should change to something 12-1212. Let us see the result for these. Okay, now looking fine. We have a border and also on the hover state we are changing the color. Let us add some transition of all with 1 second. Let us copy it for the other prefix like mouse for Mozilla and O for Opera and WebKit for Safari and Chrome. Do you see? At the change of background color there is a transition of 1 second delay. Okay, moving forward. Let us add CSS to the I element. It is also inside available on item. The color for the icon should be 129 CF3 and text should be aligned to center and opacity should be 1 and font size should be 40 pixel with padding top of 90 pixel, and let's add some transition all with 1 second delay. Let me copy it for other prefixes like dash mouse for Mozilla and O for Opera and WebKit for Chrome and Safari. We also need a hover state for only available on item. When it is hover, The CSS for the I element should be, only the opacity should be changed. It should become to 0. Let us see the result. Okay, I think it looks fine. Okay, moving forward, we have an inner class. Let me copy it and let us add CSS to the inner class. You should position the relative to the absolute. I think it is absolute, and the bottom should be 93 pixel with width of 100%, and opacity should be 0, and with some transition. Let me copy it from here and I will paste it here. And inside the inner wrapper we have a h2, element. So the text element should be center and font weight should be 300, and the color for that should become HD font weight. D7 DADB, and the font size for that should become 116 pixel. Okay, now the opacity is 0, so we don't see the available on inner wrapper. Okay, the heading looks fine. I think we need to show the heading is missing, and this will be achieved on the hour state. I think not available on inner, it should be on available on item. On the hover state of this, the div inside, the div of available on inner. Let me copy it. On the hover of available on item, when a user hover on this div, on the upper or on the parent div, the opacity for available on inner div should become 1. It means it should become visible. Now do you see? I can see the heading now, because the heading is inside the inner wrapper, available on inner wrapper, and at this stage we have made the opacity 0, so at this stage user cannot see it until the user hover on available on item section. So it looks fine. So this was about the download now section. In the next video I will be adding the next section, so see you there. Hi, welcome to the part 1 of building contact us section. In this video I will be writing only the HTML markup for contact us section. This is the wireframe of contact us section. You can see the big heading on the top, and there is a paragraph under the heading, and there are fields for contact us forms like name, email, subject, and a text area for message send button, and there is also an area for the social icons, for example Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. This will be the final version after applying the CSS to the contact us section. So let us start working on the contact us section. So far we have added many sections for this page, and this is the result of all of the HTML and CSS at this point. So let us start adding HTML markup for contact us section. I will add a section element with class contact us, and as usual I will add a class with container, and inside that I will add another div for row, okay, and inside the row I will add a div with class of 10 columns with one offset. And inside that I will add a div with general class, generic class of section title, and inside that I will add a heading of h2 for contact us, and I need some dummy content. Okay, we have contact us section heading there in the browser. This is the class we added in the generic CSS. Okay, looks fine. Okay, let us add HTML markup for the form. Start with contact us form. This will be the main wrapper for the form, and inside that I will add container, and inside that I will add a form with the role of form, and I will create row inside the form, and that row will be further divided into 4 and 8 columns, like div with class of call md4, and let us add the remaining columns too, so it will be clear. md8. Okay, let us add content to the left 4 column. Input type would be text, and with bootstrap class form control. This is the class from bootstrap, and id should be name, and let us add placeholder of name. I'll close it, and the second input would be type of email with class form control with id email and with placeholder of email. The third is of type text class form control and with id of subject. This will be the field for the subject of the email with placeholder of subject. Okay, let us add content to the right side of the column with text area and class of form control with id of message. Let us add rows to it. I think 25 rows will be enough with columns of 10 and placeholder would be, let us say, message text like this. Okay, and we also need a button with type button, and classes for this would be btn from Bootstrap, and btn default will be also from Bootstrap, and submit btn. This will be the custom class, and let us say also a class with form submit, and send. Let us see the result in the browser. Okay, it looks like there is some problem. Let us see. Okay, form control and bnt. Let us fix it quickly. It should be btn and form control. Okay, the rest of also look fine. Let me refresh it and see again. Now it looks fine. Ten columns. I think it should be not 25, 15. Let us see the result. Okay, now looking much better, but we will figure it out while adding CSS to this section. Okay, I will leave it 25 rows. Okay, let us add the social icons. Let us add a container outside the contact us form, or maybe it should be inside the contact us form. Let us write it outside the contact us form. It should be div with class of container, and inside that I will add a div with class of row, and I will add a class of column md-12. It will occupy all the 12 columns. And let us add wrapper for social icons. And inside that I will add unordered list and list item with anchor tag href, and at this stage it should point to nothing. And inside that I will add font awesome with class of font awesome with Facebook class. Okay, I will copy it, and the second one will be Twitter, and the third one will be YouTube play. I think we are done with the social icons markup. Let us see the result in the browser. Okay, it looks fine. We will apply the CSS in the next video, then it will be fixed and will be on place. Okay, everything looks fine. In the next video, I will add CSS to the contact us form. See you there. Thanks. Welcome back to the part 2 of building contact us section. In this video, I am going to add CSS to the contact us form. So let us get started. In the previous video, I wrote HTML markup for the contact us section, and this is the result. I have not yet added the CSS to the contact us sections, so in this video I will be adding the CSS to the contact us section. So let us start add comments contact us. We have main wrapper contact us form, and inside that we have form controls. We need to add custom CSS to the form controls. Let me copy this class, paste it here, and also I have to apply CSS to form control. So inside the contact us form there is a class form control. Let us add display to block and width to 100% and height to, let us say, 50 pixel. I need to add some spacing. For top and bottom it would be 6 pixel, and for the left and right it will be 12 pixel. And the font size should be 14 pixel with line height of, I think, 21 pixel. Okay. Let us add color of 555. We need to add the background color as a transparent, and let us add some border of 1 pixel with solid AE. Okay, looking fine. Let us add background image. I think we don't need the background image. We need the border radius of 3 pixel, and let us add some margin between the input elements. Margin bottom of 15 pixel, and let us add opacity of 0.8, and the outline should be 0. Let us say important. It will force it to override the outline with 0 pixel. Okay, looking good. Okay, let us also add transition or at all of 1 second. Let me copy it for the other prefixes, like for Mozilla Firefox, for Opera, and also for WebKit. Okay, we have in text area for the image, for the message. Let us set some height to this element. The height should be 117 pixel with the resize none. Okay, now it looks fine. We have a submit button. We need to add CSS to this button with also other states like active, focus, and also for visited. The background color for this should be, I think should be transparent. Let us keep it transparent with border of 1 pixel, solid 129 FCF3. CF3, and with border radius of 4 pixel. Okay, looking fine. And let us set some width and height to it. Width should be 100%, so it will cover almost all the way, and the height should be 50 pixel with text transform of uppercase and with font size of 18 pixel, and color of the text would be 9 CF3. And let us also add the transition in the outline to the button 2, and we need to add a hover state. At hover state, the background color should become 129 CF3. And the color of text should become white with blue background, and the border color should become 129 CF3. Refresh. Looks much better. Looks much better now. Let's add CSS to the social icons. We have a class of social icons. Let us add some padding of 50 pixel at the top and at the bottom of 70 pixel. It will add some spacing. Do you see the top and the bottom spacing? Inside the social icons we have an unordered list. Let us remove the margin and padding, and the text align should be center, and inside the unordered list we have a list item. Let us remove the dot or bullets with the list style of none. It will remove these dots or bullets. Okay, and display should be inline with padding of left 10 pixel. Okay, inside the unordered list and list item we have an anchor tag. I think it should be unordered list and then list. Yeah, now it is in inline. Inside the list item we have anchor tag. Text decoration for that should be none, and let us also display it inline block and with text align of center, and let us add some border of 1 pixel, solid 90 90 90, and with border radius of 3 pixel. Let us add some width of 45 pixel with height of also 45 pixel, so it will look the line height for this anchor tag should be, let us say, 49 pixel with color of 90 90 90. Okay, looking much better now. Let us add CSS for the hover state. The background color should become 129 CF3. with border 1 pixel solid 129 CF3, and the color should become white. Yes, looks much better. Let's add the transition of 1 second so you can see the delay. I will copy it from here and I will paste it here. Now let me show you the result. Do you see? Much better. Let us also add the font size to the font awesome icon, because the icons are looking very small. Inside the anchor tag we have font awesome element with I, and let us say the font size should be 20 pixel. Now looks much better. So this will be the contact us form. Now every element on the contact us form is looking good, also with social icons, and we are good to go with the contact us form. In the next video I will be adding the footer section, so see you there.